Let me guess. You were taking the tour with the Sunday Scouts, and you lost your way. Let me show you my new domestic policy. I think we found our beast. Easy on the tobacco.
So I think this is the final boss. I'm presuming there's multiple stages to it. Maybe I should turn the infinite health up and this will be really easy regardless. I don't know. Does it matter at this point actually? Like,
Strap one on, it's time to jam.
I'm just here to talk about bad movies.
Lock and load.
Okay, what are we doing now then? Is that doing anything?
Strap one on, it's time to jam.
So I should probably start talking about movies again. So what's next on the list? Okay, so Midnight in the Switchgrass? I don't know what Switchgrass is. But essentially this is a detective movie. This is another one where like Bruce is on the front cover. It's a pretty mediocre movie. Bruce is on the front cover but he's only in it for like 5 minutes. Or like 10 minutes. Him and I can't remember her name now. The woman from the Transformers movie, Megan Fox. Is that it? They're detectives. I think her husband's actually in that as well. Can't remember his name. Is he a musician or something? I think they're detectives. Oh. I think there's like a guy who kills women or something, like prostitutes or something, and they're tracking him down. Maybe I don't know. I didn't watch the movie. What do you expect from me? To actually relate the plot? Don't be silly. Oh, seriously? So I've only got a few movies left actually, so I might not have to resort to talking about Nick Cage movies before this finishes. Who knows, I guess it depends how many times I die, doesn't it? So next on the list, Midnight in the Switchgrass, that was a decent enough movie. Watchable. As I say, Bruce is only in it for like 5 minutes. He's supposed to be like the senior detective, and Megan Fox is like the... Well, she's not rookie, but she's like the junior partner. And I think maybe they're investigating it even though they shouldn't be. possibly.
Lock and load.
Like it's not their case or whatever. But they're just so interested in saving the day, they investigate it.
Strap one on. It's time to jam. Suck on
It's watchable though.
this. Suck on this.
Oh. God damn it. I think I'll just concentrate on trying to beat the boss actually. Rather than talk about movies for the moment. I'll talk about Out of Death. I've not mentioned that, have I? I've mentioned the name, but not explained what it's about. So essentially in this one again, Bruce is like a cop. He's like a retired cop, I think, or something. Like, again, YPD officer or something. Sort of like hints of Die Hard there. Just visiting his daughter in the country. He stumbles upon a woman being chased by these deputies. Turns out the local sheriff is corrupt, and there's some sort of like, I think it's like they're involved in drugs, the police, the local sheriff's department, and this woman accidentally sees one of the deputies doing drug stuff with a drug dealer. They try and chase her down to kill her as a witness. Oh. And then Bruce gets involved and like does his hero thing. It's actually a quite watchable movie, to be honest. Not great. I think he gives a better performance than Midnight in the Switchgrass. But again, it's one of those low budget movies where there's not really much going on and it's not very well made. So, and the story's not that interesting, so apart from it having Bruce in, like you're probably not missing out if you don't see it. I could literally just do this, couldn't I? I think I will. Is he dead, or is this just another camera? Yes, no?
Don't you know? He who battles with demons is destined to become one. Shoot me. I'll see you in hell.
Thought they had me there for a minute.
Welcome to paradise.
Wow, that's a anticlimactic ending, isn't it? After doing all that fighting, we then become the thing we were fighting. Yeah, that was Apocalypse. I've got 2 more movies I'm just going to mention. Oh, I can't even remember the last one. I'll just mention those though before I end it. So, American Siege. I quite like this one. This, again, Bruce is like a cop. I think he's like a local sheriff. The local landowner sort of guy, this guy who owns the town basically because he's a big landowner, you know, the sort of situation, is corrupt, and he, like, I think he's like making drugs or something, and he had a girl killed because she knew too much or something, and then that starts off the plot as this group of people try to find out what happened to her. So they take this old man in a house hostage because there's something in a safe that will lead them to a clue about what happened to her. Yeah, you don't really need to know that. But anyway, it kicks off this assault on the house by the landowners' goons, and Bruce is like the unwitting sheriff who doesn't realise what's going on, but then tries to save the day at the end. Well, tries to assist in saving the day. He's not the main character. He's just there because he's Bruce Willis. And then Survive the Day. Was that the one at the dam? There's one where, like, Bruce is this guy whose son was killed in a shootout. So for some reason, he's apparently an ex-military guy. He then hogs a dam hostage in the local area for some reason to get the cop who killed his son there to then get justice. And the guy from Starship Troopers, I forget the character name. He was like Denise Richards' brief love interest, like the challenger to Casper Van Dien. He was like a pilot or something. The guy who played him is the lead, and he's like ex-military special forces and saves the day. It was actually an enjoyable movie. Like, all these movies are watchable, just like not something you want to put on your shelf as classic movie viewing. You know, it's no Die Hard or, you know, Fifth Element, but they're watchable enough. Yeah, there's a lot more movies he's been in, isn't there, though? I could have done more with this, to be honest. I didn't put too much research into it, but yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, this has been Apocalypse. This has been fairly entertaining. I do apologise for cheating at the end there, but I just couldn't be bothered with dying so much. It's really not worth it. Story was a bit mediocre because it was like the Four Horsemen, but then like there was no depth to it. It was just like, well, it was 3 horsemen and one new horseman, wasn't it? 3 original horsemen and 1 new horseman. I don't know exactly what they were going for. Like I say, it seems like just a very random concept that's been made into a game without any sort of depth to it. Not really my sort of game, but I know there's going to be people who loved it back in the day. But it's something a bit different to what I usually play. I'm not sure what I'll be playing next. It'll be another survival horror game of some kind. Getting back to the norm a bit more. Oh, and there we go, that's Apocalypse over. I hope that was fun to watch.